Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel if you're one of my returning viewers, and if you haven't been here before then very welcome to you. This is your opportunity to like the video and to also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Very quick, just a little and easy to do. Thank you everybody that has, of course, much appreciated. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about lipstick. I had a request from one of you to do a specific lipstick tutorial, which we'll be going into in a moment. Also, I will be talking to you a little bit about lipstick through the decades, and we'll be having a look at some of my favourite lipsticks in my collection that I've sorted out for you to have a look at. So a bumper episode today. Don't forget, if you would like to support the channel and me by buying me a Ko-fi, there's a link to my Ko-fi page in the description, and thank you to everybody who has done so. So without much further ado, in fact without any further ado whatsoever, let's get on with the tutorial. So this is the tutorial part of the video, and this was requested by Joanna C. And Joanna asks if I could do a tutorial on making thin lips look bigger in a dark style. So what I've decided is I'm going to show you something that will go with the look I'm wearing at the moment. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this contouring palette by Essence. It's the Essence Duo palette. And the first thing to do is just get a tiny bit of the dark colour on a brush and just go along under your bottom lip. And this, there we go, will make a shadow, and it will make your bottom lip appear fuller. So that's the first thing to do. There we go. Now you can use a lip liner and outline your lips. You don't have to, but it's something that a lot of people like to do, but I'm not going to do it today because I think sometimes you don't really need it. If you can, and you have a steady hand, you can just go round your lips and just take the lipstick fractionally over the edge of your natural lip line. So, excuse me, I'm using today a Kiko Milano liquid lipstick in the shade number 13, because that's going to go with this rather delightful eye look that I have thrown together. And I'm just going to put it on like so. And with liquid lipsticks, I think the trick is not to mush them into themselves too much. Do it a little bit at a time. And then, as I say, just take it fractionally outside your natural lip line. There, like so. And then we can go in and do another layer. And by this stage you'll be feeling more confident. You'll think, yep, I can take it a little bit outside without worrying about it too much. And there has been a trend of late to join up the Cupid's bow, and that makes the lips look larger as well, but I'm not going to do that because I think it wouldn't suit me. So let the liquid lipstick dry down, and while that's drying I'll tell you a little bit about lipstick. I did do a whole lipstick video a while ago, which I will link all over the place for you, but suffice it to say that it was as long ago as, I have a note there, 5,000 years BC, so that is, quick maths whizzes, 7,000 years ago, the Sumerians started wearing lipstick. That's the first documented time that we know about that people started wearing lipstick. And from then on, basically, it just went from strength to strength. Watch my other video because I talk a lot more in detail about the history of it there. But it was in 1884 that France produced the first commercially available lipstick, and then shortly after, in the 1890s in America, Sears Roebuck came out with a catalogue of lipstick where you could buy it yourself. And after the turn of the century into the early 1900s, roughly around about 1912, that sort of era, lipstick became something that it was a bit more socially acceptable to wear lipstick in public, and the commercial production began of a push-up lipstick. So instead of having to put it on with a brush or use it in a pot, you could it came in a tube and you would push up a little lever and it would come out the top. So I'm going to put some pictures in now for the decades in which different types of colours of lipstick became popular, because this is terribly interesting, because as you know, with fashion, things go round and round and they just come back in and go back out and come back in and go back out again. And it was in the 1920s, with the birth of cinema, really, black and white and silent, of course, Clara Bow became known as the It Girl, and she popularised a very Cupid's bow, very full lip style look, and I'll show you a picture of her. She was inspired by Betty Boop, actually, who is a lot older than you might think she is. In the 1930s, Elizabeth Arden came out with a massive range of colours, because before then it was really only reds that you could get. And in the 40s and 50s, the reds came back in again, with Marilyn Monroe being a wonderful example of how to wear a red lip. In the 1960s, pale lipstick was a huge thing. I've got a picture here of the Ronettes wearing very pale lipstick. But it was something, it's a little bit like nudes lipsticks, but paler. Everybody wore it. Everybody from pop stars to movie stars to, you know, the secretary down the street. Everybody had a pale lipstick, going as far as really white lipsticks for the mod girls, but never really suited me. 1970s, the era of Bieber, and blues and greens and more wacky colours started to come out. I've got a picture here of the shade Metallic Grandma by Bieber, that absolutely amazing shop that I think I went to once in my entire life because it was in London, but their makeup just was a whole thing. It was a thing, and their style reverted back to the 1920s, as you can see. With the 70s and 80s really ramping up the subcultural youth group adopting of lipsticks of all different hues, punks and goths started to wear a lot more black lipstick. After the 1980s, things just went back round and round again. So as you can see, nothing is new under the sun. Liquid lipstick's new, metallic lipstick, not as new as you might have thought. And I'm now going to show how to do that darker style that we saw in my Valentine's video, which is only a couple ago. And I'm just going to use a flat brush with some black eyeshadow. Got to be quite careful here. And this makes the lips in the centre look a lot fuller. And if you want to see this done much more beautifully than I can do it, you can go and have a look at Santana's channel, which I will also link, and she does this so much more beautifully than I. So that's the tutorial part of the video over. Stay tuned and we'll be having a look at some of my favourite lipsticks and looking at how I group them by colour, and if you'd like to see my lipstick collection, just my favourite ones, keep on watching. So these are my favourite red or red adjacent lipsticks. I've got a very old KVD Everlasting lipstick and a newer version, both called Nosferatu, but they're slightly different. There's a KVD there in Outlaw. I've got a lovely Kaleidos. This red one here is in Dahlia. That's gorgeous. Couple of Lime Crimes. They're not really red, but as I said, they're red adjacent. That is a Revolution matrix that came in a pack of 2 different colours, and that is not really red at all, but it's not quite purple. This is one of my favourites. This is the Matte Me Up by Sleek Cosmetics, and that is one of my all-time favourite reds of all time. That is in Old Hollywood, and I've also got a Revolution Halloween one there, and this Glitter Goals by NYX, which is almost red but has got a slight pink glitter to it. So that is my red or red adjacent favourites. So this basket is my purple favourites. Again, 2 very ancient KVD Everlasting liquid lipsticks in Roxy and Aisha. Roxy's my go-to for a purple. It's absolutely lovely. Another Lime Crime. This one here is an MUA Velvet Matte actually, and that's a lovely purple. I've got this Revolution sort of fat one here, which is something I can't read, but I don't use it very often, but I just love the colour of it. This one, oh, this is gorgeous. This is LA Splash Classic Horror in the shade Creature. It's all gone. I can't get a single bit more out of it, but I just love it so, and I love the packaging as well, which is why it's still in the basket really. There's a Notoriously Morbid, another Lime Crime, and another NYX Glitter Goals, because purple glitter, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. There's a Lime Crime Diamond Crusher, which is also very good over purple, and this really old KVD Glimmer Veil, which is, I've had to scratch off the packaging paint so that I can see the tiny bit that's left at the bottom. So those are my favourite purples. These are my favourite blacks or black adjacent lipsticks. And as you can see, there's all sorts here. I've got yet another KVD. I think they're my favourite lipsticks, these ones, they must be. That's in the shade Witches. This is a Juvia's Place one, which is excellent. This is a Revolution one, again, very good for not very expensive. Other blacks include Kiko, Black Moon in Sleepwalker, which is just, well, it's incredible. It's so light. When you wear this, it doesn't feel like you're wearing any lipstick at all. I've got my Jeffree Star Weirdo. I've also got a Jeffree Star in a grey colour, which is called Medusa, and that's very nice. And I've got a grey NYX Liquid Suede and a grey glitter by Collection. These are in the Slay the Night or Stay the Night collection. Those are lovely. This is a brown in mahogany colour by Kaleidos, and because it's a sort of brown colour, it didn't have anywhere else to live, so it lives in here. This is a lovely black gloss which came as part of the Stranger Things collection, and that was given to me by my lovely friend Liz. And this one over here goes with this Black Moon here as well, because this is a black gold, a sort of greeny gold black, and that's in the shade Emperor. So those are my favourite sort of black adjacent ones. The last basket is my things that aren't red, black or purple basket. So as you can see, I've got another Kaleidos. This is in the shade, I thought, what's it called? Agave, and that's a lovely sort of dark blue colour. These Kaleidos lipsticks were given to me by my wonderful friend Nightmare Bliss, so we thank her for that. We'll go through the sort of blues. There's a Kiko blue there. There's another one of those Collection Stay the Night glitters, and another KVD Glimmer Veil, but this is blue, Everlasting Blue Glimmer Veil. This is a lovely green by Jolie Beauty, and this is the Forest Fairy shade, and that is absolutely gorgeous, that one. These three are Coloured Rain, and you'll hear me talking about these all the time on my channel. These are the ones I can never remember the name of, but I know now that this is Lucky Charm. This is, oh, there you go, I'd forgotten it again, you see. Honey Mustard. And that one is Blackberry. I wear them quite a lot when I'm doing looks on the channel, so you'll probably hear me talk about them. There's a Kiko which is almost green, not quite, but almost. There's a Jeffree Star, which is one of his velour liquid lipsticks, and that's a sort of green. This comes out blue. It doesn't come out like it looks exactly like you'd want your lips to look in the tube, but it does come out more blue than that. Here we have one of the Lottie London lip foils, always useful to have. This is the other one of the Matrix Revolution ones, and that's a very good green. And this is my VE Cosmetics Witchcraft green, which is in the shade Spaceman, and that is quite a bright green. And this is a bullet lipstick. This is a KVD bullet lipstick in the shade Plan 9, which is a green. So I can actually do that one-handed, so I can show you that one. There you go. So those are all the ones that aren't red or black or purple. Well, there we go. Who said lipstick wasn't interesting? Not me, certainly. Thank you so much for watching, and I will put links to my original lipstick video everywhere that I can put links, so that if you are interested and you want to find out a little bit more about the history of it, then you can go over and have a look at that. Take care of each other, look after your lovely, lovely non-human companions that you may be lucky enough to share your lives with, and thank you again to everybody that comments on my videos, it does mean a tremendous lot to me. It does help the channel actually, algorithm wise, but it helps me more just to know you're out there actually communicating with me. It's lovely. So, as I always say to you, take good care, stay safe, but most importantly, stay strange. Or get your strangeness back if you've lost it. See you next time.